Good morning, people. Good morning. Good morning. I hope you all are bright eyed and bushy tailed like these guys. That's Lily and my little peanut, Lilac, and Labby Boy's behind me somewhere. Yes, good morning, you all. Today is Wednesday, July 6th, 2022, and the time is about 6:42 a.m. in the morning. Yes, a little later start, my doing the videos. It's like in the lower 70s. It's about 71 degrees, cloudy. And by the afternoon, they say it's going to be like in the 80s. Not too high up in the 80s. Um, so that's not too bad. So I might go out. I stayed in the other day and just kind of relaxed. Someday, yeah, my muscle, my muscles are a little sore real tight from the day before. Man. Yeah, I hope you all are doing well. And I want to talk about a few things today. I want to talk about, come in. Yeah, I don't want, yeah, come over here. Yeah, I don't want her too close to the edge. Let me get her. Yeah, she's standing too close to the edge. We don't want any doggy to fall off the bed. So what I want to talk about, I want to talk about this vision I had. I think I said dream. I meant to say vision. And a little current events, um, like about that incident that happened. Oh, what's that place? Oh God, I forget the name of the place, but a Mr. Cremo, that person who allegedly were um, shooting at people. Wanted to talk a little bit about him. Heard more news about him. Yeah, I'll give that one first, since it's pretty quick, I think. Yeah, they have a little bit more information about the alleged shooter and well, how could I forget that? Highland Park, yeah, Highland Park area. Yes, good morning, viewer. Good morning. They said that about in 2019, um, the police were notified about him. Um, he allegedly threatened. He allegedly something about attempt suicide, something about suicide, and then called again that he threatened people to hurt them. And when the authorities came to the home, they confiscated a lot of swords. I think they said swords and knives. Wow. And he owned several firearms. The one that was at the scene of the crime, um, one in his car, and I think they said something in the house. Now, interesting that they interviewed his uncle, and the uncle, said that they all lived together. He, the uncle, and the brother of the uncle's brother, they all lived together. And when the reporter asked outright, did he had any history of whatever, and he said no. Well, attempted suicide and threatening people to harm them and then confiscate a whole thing of swords and knives and had several guns. Now they said the boy lived with them. I think the mother and father was separated or divorced. So how? So um, why is the uncle saying things that they're able to find out? Someone's playing dumb, right? They would know all that. He lives with them. Again, it's a young kid, so the kid's not going out all that far. I mean, he's 21. He's not 22 yet. So the news made him, mistaken when they said actually he was 22. He's 21. And 3 years ago, he would just be like 18, maybe 18 going on 19. So he's a young kid with problems. And so you ask yourself, how was he able to get all those firearms? And he was unemployed, according to the uncle. And this is right after the shooting. They somehow able to locate the relatives. I guess they go to the home address. I guess maybe when you with the weapon, they would trace back weapons, and they went to the address, and they went to the scene, and I guess reporters followed them, whatever. So information was being withheld. I don't blame him wanting to protect his nephew. I mean, I understand, but don't outright like, oh, I don't know, he never had any yes, he had tons of problems. And well, that's about it. So I just thought that was interesting information. Um, People with who are hurting, young teens that are hurting, and under this, the past 2 years with the lockdown and all that, it's not going to make a young kid, a teenager, happy either. It's stressful times. But again, his stress happened before the COVID started in 2019. So yeah, we have to help young people out there. And a lot of these mental health people, they're not right in the head either. I hate to say it like that. I've met people, really questionable. But yeah, it's just times that we have to really monitor these young people. I mean, be nurturing to them, and really maybe consider what's on the media. The media is a little bit too intense, and it's feeding into um, their distress. I don't know. So that's all that I'll talk about that. I did have a vision, and it's really weird that I would, you know, in light of what I'm discussing, the type of vision that I had, kind of intense. Many of you know that, like upon awakening, I do this meditation technique, and I keep my eyes closed upon awakening, and just as if staring through my eyelids, as if I'm doing that, and I'm able to see. A lot of times I get a vision. I see something. It could be an image, or like I'm seeing a video or something, or like I'm actually there. This time I saw, it was weird. I'm a little embarrassed about what I saw. Again, when I do these meditations, you don't know what you're going to see. I'm not asking, I don't believe in prying into people's personal lives, anything like that, because that would be wrong. So what I see is really random when I just wake up in the morning. So the initial vision or scene that I saw, um, as if I was above the subject, above, directly above him, maybe from 5 to 7 feet above him, slightly in front of him, looking downward, I see a young man. He looked like he's in a room, darkly lit. He's sitting down on, it looked like those back chairs, look like a cozy chair that, you watch, watch videos or something like that. Real comfortable looking. And he looks like an African man, a black African guy. Shirtless, topless, but he has these necklaces on his neck, long necklaces, several of them, and one of them looked like an earthy, like a plant or something, like in Hawaii they have these leis made out of like tea leaves or something, but it's something earthy, and there was several different. They're all different. He had a series of them around his neck. And he's looking forward and is entertained by something. And you can see light is reflecting off of his face. So what he's looking at is reflecting light. And I just presume because the type of chair he's sitting in, or a lounge chair, he's, I think, neck is slightly forward. He's really engaged what he's looking at. Again, I don't see what he's looking at. So I presume that it might be like a TV set or monitor. And I'm seeing from above him. And then all of a sudden he does look up. And I see him. He had like a medium dark complexion. His nose was like a short nose, very wide, short, flat, and wide. Yeah, very, very unique shape. And he looks angry. He looked angry upward when he looked upward. And guess what happens next? It looked like he took up a spear or something, a long object. And he's trying to poke upward at where I am, where I assume where I am. And so I opened my eyes. I said, "Oh shoot, I don't want it. Am I disturbing him? He actually sees me or something up above him. I don't want to upset anybody." I think I close it again. Yeah, I know. Close my eyes again. I thought maybe I'd see a different scene. Yeah, I disconnected there. That's what my attempt was. Open my eyes, you know, so I don't see it. Maybe he won't see me. Or just try to break the connection from that location. Because sometimes I might see something and then it changes to another thing, another vision or image. But I close them again and I still see him. It's very hazy. It's really, because it's darkish and, it's not well lit in the room. There's a lot of movement. And then the next thing I see um, I see a globe, a world globe. You know, like the ones that in the classroom when you're a kid. I saw something like that. I remember the ocean was very light blue, and a spear was put through it. Yeah, and it's looked like it's pointing up in my direction. Yeah, yeah. So something like a spear, something sharp, a sharp implement, like a spear, a wooden spear or something. You know, rammed through, and then it was pointing the um, spear pointing in my direction, upward. Again, the I'm looking, seeing from above, looking downward. Really interesting. Let me explain something else. In the past, when I was newer at this meditation technique, when I would, or when my consciousness or whatever was happening, and I see something, it seemed like I was always behind something. Like there were these looked like what do you call it? A palm tree type of thing. You know, palm trees, they have those very thin, narrow leaves, very thin, long, narrow. It always seemed like something like that in front of my view. So I was just assuming that where my consciousness is, if it has any shape or whatever, that it's hidden behind these leaves. Yeah, they always, it always seemed like I was behind something. You know, they always seemed to look like that. Or sometimes it would be, like I explained in the past, this, I assume it's a type of camouflage thing. Um, you know, in the military, for vehicles, they have this like a net over it on top, large, big holes, a pale color, and it's kind of like to camouflage, to kind of blend in from above. You know, if a plane is watching from above, to kind of camouflage. It reminded me something like that, but a different shape. But I felt that it had that type of its purpose was that, and I would always see that as well. And I felt it was to cloak or cover. It didn't want me to see. That's how I took it. That what was there, like a cup, it didn't want me to see what was on the other side. Like I start to see something, and then those things would appear and block my view. Really weird. And then it'll start getting dark in the room, and then the scene changes. But today, um, interesting. I'm embarrassed. I'm a little embarrassed because, again, I don't want to upset anybody. I've never seen this person before. I don't even know whether it's real. I just go by what I'm seeing something. And for someone to be that angry and to put it sounds like a joke, doesn't it? It sounds like I'm making a joke. An African with a spear. I mean, it looked like what do you call it? A modern day room. You know, the type of chair was looked like a black leather, um, leather chair, very cozy chair, modern. But he looks like an African, a black man, youngish, maybe 20, 20s, early 30s, something like that. And I upset him what he was doing, watching, whatever. Interesting. In the past, I don't see too many blacks slash Africans in my vision. Only twice before today's vision, I did see two other Africans. Um, what looked to me, what I was just like as an African, a very dark skinned African. Um, the first one was a man, and his face was painted white, short cropped haircut, wearing like traditional, you know, not a lot of clothes on, but um, and he actually looked like somebody that I've seen before on the media. Um, he does these iboga, this plant medicine, and it actually looked like him. And he was sitting, and he was peering into the darkness. You see him like moving, head side to side to try to like he was trying to see through the darkness. And I'm above him, looking downward. And I think those plants were covering me, because something was blocking my view, as if I'm behind a plant. Yeah, that was a couple of years ago. And then I saw a lady this year. I saw like a 3/4 face view. She had very, very short, she had short hair. The hair was pulled back a little bit, like as if she had a little cord just to keep the hair off the face. And she had these micro twists in her hair. They're all about maybe 1 inch long on the at the back of the head, and she's staring at something that's horrifying her. She's very upset, very beautiful, very, very pretty, dark-skinned black woman. The classic African profile, very pretty, very, 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 smooth skin, relatively young looking, also in her 20s, 30s, but she seemed mature. There was a maturity about her. Like she was, you could tell she's a smart lady, you know. And she has her hands clasped in front of her mouth in horror about something, and she's shaking her head, uh, putting her head down, and in disgust or horror and sadness. As I was looking at her lips, the shape of her lips, I felt connected to her. I felt that the shape of her mouth was similar to the shape of mine, but hers was a little bit more fuller. But just the outline, just even though I saw a 3/4 view of her face, but her mouth resonated with mine. You know, I resonated with her mouth, and I was thinking, I wonder if she an ancestor or somehow related to me. That's what I was thinking when I saw her. Again, I don't know. Anybody can have any thought that pops in their mind of what they see. But sometimes you have a knowing about something, like that this is you know someone very interesting, very, very interesting. Yeah, since now doing these meditation, uh, I'm seeing more stuff, and even some of the dreams I'm seeing more international. I've shared this other dream before. I was in an Asian family, like India, and I think I was a little girl in it because I'm on a bus. Again, I've never seen these people, never been to India, anything like that. Um, I think it was the same day I had the dream that an Indian family would buy my folks' home here in the States. It was a whole new family. They were having a picnic. It was a beautiful table, like a picnic table with a white linen, white cloth on top, and filled with food, really interesting looking food. I really wanted the food. And the tree that we have there is a pine tree, but it had this exotic fruit. These really big, oblong, spiky fruit. Never seen it before. But it symbolized to me that this house is going to be blessed. The family's going to be blessed in this new home. And then I'm on a bus, and there's these two Indian ladies sitting next to each other on a bus. And the bus looked older. It didn't look like a modern bus, like today. And she's sitting next to someone that I guess it was a friend. And I remember seeing the face, and I was judging her. I didn't like the thoughts that was coming through my mind about her. I don't know, just something that kind of rubbed me against, didn't really like her. And then the other lady, um, and they're talking, and then I'm it looks like I must be hugging her waist. Like I'm facing her, but I'm like kind of leaning forward and hugging her. And I think, I said, oh, this would be something like a little child would do, like, you know, because they'd be short enough to be able to hug their waist. They're sitting down. And that's what I was thinking. I said, I must be her daughter or something like that. Yeah, it was weird. Really weird. It's like, wow, what is this? Yeah, it's like now I'm excited because, when I was younger, I had the same, just really dreams not interesting at all. Um, I very rarely saw any person of color in my dreams. Everybody seemed to be Caucasian. Yeah, my life, the school, all the teachers were white, a lot of the students were white, everything. And so my dreams reflected that same type of reality and not really seeing people of color, people that look like me or anything positive. So I like that now, I like the idea of seeing other types of people. That always excites me. Seeing other groups, other races, learning about other cultures. I find that very exciting. But here, unfortunate, um, I might have materialized as something they were able to see that African man, and he had a spear. He had a spear. It was poking at, trying to poke at me. I'm curious. What are these people seeing? When you materialize, when your consciousness is somewhere else, what do they see? Like I used to share on my channel these orbs. Remember that? And in some of them, they were like a sea of orbs flying into my room and then exiting. And it's wild to see that. I am wondering, are these people who are doing what I'm doing? Um, are they traveling in a group? I mean, this is a big planet. Was that 8 billion people now? What if there are people on the planet and they're collectively meeting at night? It's just a wild. It's a wild idea. Because it looked like they were traveling as a group. like a flock of birds. They're all with the same mind, so to speak. Or how about like when I told you guys uh, a year and a half ago, I had and it wasn't a bit. I mean, something materialized. I saw an orb with my naked eye. An orb, and it's right by my face, right about an inch away from my cheek, and then it moved up along the side of my face on the left, yeah, the left side, and went to the tip of my nose. I guess it wants me to see it, and then disappeared. I'm wondering whether I'm appearing as an orb or am I appearing as myself? What is it? This would be really interesting to find out. So I guess, people, consciousness could be seen maybe. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm glad that, remember I talked to you guys about seeing the reptile man? Boy, uh, I'm glad I wasn't seen by him and those other people that were with him. Yeah, I would not want to see that. I wouldn't want them to see me. Yeah, they didn't look like they were up to something good. I mean, they didn't look like they were doing something good. I mean, they were just standing there, but something said, "Uh-oh, secret meeting." Yeah, I didn't want to be a part of that. So yeah, yeah, I do not mean to. My meditation is exploration, and no way I want to invade other people's privacy. So my soul to that other person's soul, I apologize for disrupting uh, your activities. My deepest apology. And yes, may you be blessed. I wonder, was that your spear that went through that that globe? Okay. I can't make this up, people. Yeah, someone put a spear through that globe. Mmm. What does that mean? What do you think that means? Someone putting a spear through a globe. That's personal. Oh, maybe he thinks I'm from another planet or something. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel someone putting a spear through a globe. Um, yeah, people, let me know what you think. What does that mean? Someone putting a spear through a globe and then aiming it at me. I saw it, it starting it going near my face. Mm, I don't know, people. Yeah, I think the veil is getting thinner, and those people with certain abilities are able to see it more. It's more activity going on. That's what I get. There is more activity. But yeah, be safe, people out there. The seems like people are being activated. People are angry. And I'm wondering what's doing it. It's the signs of the time, people. Yeah, I think we're all edgy. I'm a little bit more edgy. That's what's going on around me. But I have to find peace and tranquility from within. Someone shared with me this YouTuber from Africa, and I think she hit it on the head. She's concerned about she's into spirituality, and she's interested in, the signs of the time. We are influenced by what we see, but we need to, not be so engaged in the outside world, but our internal dialogue. What is our internal dialogue saying? And when we feeding it with the negativity out there, it influences your inner world. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, my power's running low. Yeah, I need to. Yeah, I stayed in yesterday. I don't know. Maybe we go out. Maybe I'll go out again today. I see. Yeah, if I don't go out at a certain time, because it starts to get really hot, and I don't want the dogs to be too overheated. I don't know. I don't know. I just have this more aversion now to the heat. Yeah. I used to go outside. I never used to really say that. Oh, let me get in before it gets too hot. I just go out. I love sunny days, and I would just go out. Now it's like, because of last year, I felt a little weak a few times when I was out, just doing normal activity. I had to go somewhere and come back, and it was like a mile. Let's see, um, a little more than a mile away. And I said, look, let me get back. So, yeah, the weather's changed. Just I don't know. It's not like I mean, we're all changing. We're all getting older. Uh, so now it's like I seek the cooler weather. I was never like that. Never. Oh well. Yeah. Let me get hydrated here. I have um, my drink next to me. Has turmeric, um, some electrolytes, a pinch of salt. Good. Yeah. Yeah, that's about it. And some other stuff, vitamin C, zinc, a little stevia. So I'm going to have some right now. So thanks again, folks. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. Let me know what you think about the things that I saw, the African man with the necklace, about the globe with the spear in it, and about the recent current events with that the arrest that was made from the guy who, the alleged shooter at the Highland Park area. Yeah, condolences to those people. That's horrible. That is horrible. Wow. Yeah. So take care, guys and gals, and enjoy your July. Okay. Stay cool and hydrated. Take care. Until next time.